I do agree with our wonderful speakers here that we do have to know the why. And as Rosemary was saying, it's almost like tapping in that emotion, the drive that will make you have that tenacity, and then that will make you have a strategy. Because if we don't have that drive, then it's going to be very difficult to wake up in the difficult days, in the uncertain times, which we are all going through very complex moments now. And if we don't have that drive, then it's complicated to have a strategy that is going to help us to achieve a certain goal. And it's going to help us also to practice. So one big mistake I would say would be not to practice. Practice your art, practice your craft until you master it, and then you feel that you need to practice it again. Because we are always evolving and we should always be moving forward. And there's this wonderful say that even if you fall on your face, you're still making progress because you're moving forward. So being afraid of the failure, as I said before, and not practicing, thinking that being in our comfort zone, especially as entrepreneurs, is okay. Once you feel that you are comfortable, it's time to see what's next. What do we need to do next? Agree, Rosemary, Bob, and Keith. Indeed, knowing yourself, that balance, your whys, not being afraid. But for me, my advice would be decide to lead with radical empathy. We have talked about having a partner in crime, getting people that are going to help us with the things that we cannot do. So how can we build that team? How can we build that connection, those relationships that are going to be long-lasting with not only empathy, but radical empathy? And what does that mean? Well, as we all know, empathy is understanding the other person and trying to put yourself in that person's shoes. But radical empathy, it's all about taking action, taking that next step because you took your time to understand the other person in front of you, to understand the situation and try to view it in a different way, and then find a pattern and find a path that you can help them to improve their life, and that would eventually help and also improve your company and society, and they will go out there empowered. Being bold, it's never been easy to elevate people and to clap for their success. But if we try to be more radically in the approach that we want to be empathetic, not only having empathy, but practicing empathy, would help a lot in your overall day-to-day in your business, and as I said, those friendships that you build, because people are going to be doing the things that you ask them to do because they really want it, not because they have to. So in my own humble experience, as I said, I go back to my ballet times, is that practice that makes the difference between having or practicing would be that radical empathy that we needed so much nowadays too. We need to have that extra step given the very difficult situations around the world, and not being afraid to ask. If you don't know how, there's always someone that can open their ears and give you that feedback. So being bold and loud and clear.